Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Valentine's Day. Today's Valentine's Day. I'm filming this today. It will most likely not gonna be up for a couple days, but this video I am gonna share with you a small declutter from my collection. This is a care package that I'm sending to my friend. She got a new job. I'm so proud of her, and she is in need of makeup. So she said everything. She needs everything. So here we are. I think the only thing I don't have in here is eyeshadows or like eyeshadow palettes. That's just, I'm not gonna send her. I always send her eyeshadow palettes, but everything else is in here. She has oily skin and she's slightly bit darker than me, so she would be like a little bit more on the medium side, not light medium. So I am going to share with you everything that I'm decluttering from my collection that I'm sending it to my friend. All of this is makeup. I'm also going to be sending her some brushes and some skincare. I'll have those towards the end of the video if you really want to know what I'm getting rid of. So if you're interested in this video, please keep on watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Give me a big thumbs up. Yeah, this is basically my care package to my friend. Again, she got a job and I'm happy, proud of her, and I do want to share some of my makeup that I know I like, but it's not working out for me, or I don't mind passing on to someone who could use it a little bit more than me. This is the box. It's a lot. I am gonna go ahead and sort everything out, and then we'll talk about everything that's in here. Okay, let's get started with the base products. So what's in here are primers, foundation, concealer, and powders. I'll talk about those first, and then we'll go ahead and talk about the rest. For primers, I am sending her 2 primers, and I do really like both of them. But again, she has oily skin, and I think she could really benefit from this one. This is the Catrice Prime and Fine Keep Me Matte Primer. It's actually not sucking the life out of your face matte primer. It is pretty hydrating, but it works really, really well under foundation. It does keep the oils a little bit at bay, but it's not like annoyingly matte. So I'm gonna go ahead and send her this guy, and I have a couple backups of this one. I don't need the backups. I'm using one. I'm sending one to my other friend, and I'm gonna go ahead and send her this one. This is the Becca First Light Priming Filter. I just feel like any dull skin could benefit from this guy. Becca is no longer in business, and I just would rather give those away. The ones, I mean, I have one. I don't need 3 total in my collection, so I'm sending her this guy as well. Now for foundations, all of these foundations I really enjoy, but again, they're a little bit darker on me, and I'm not gonna hold on to them until the summertime and then use them here and there. So I would rather go ahead and give them to her. I think she could really, like, you know, get more use out of them. This first one is by Profusion. This is the Feel Good Skin Long Wear Skin Perfector, and my friend really likes full coverage foundations, so I tried to give her the ones that are the fullest coverage in my collection and that are a little bit tanner. This is in the shade medium, where is it? Medium 1. This is the warm yellow undertone. That's exactly her. So this one is going to her. The other one is by Clinique. This is the Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. I love this stuff. I had 2 of them. This is my darkest shade. This is the shade WN38, and I'm keeping the lighter one because I could use the lighter one and she could really use this guy. Very full coverage. I think she would really enjoy it. Here's one that I do want to pick up, a correct shade for me. I loved it when I tried it. I don't often use full coverage foundations, but this one was so pretty on my skin. This is by Uma, and this is the one that they sell at Walmart. So this is the shade Honey T1. This is flawless in real life. This is too deep for me. Like even in the summertime, it would be a little bit difficult to use it, but it's amazing. I really, really enjoy it. So I am gonna go ahead and send her this one. The other foundations that I have in here, let's move those over this way. Okay, Clinique Stay Matte Oil-Free Makeup, and this is in the shade WN46, which is golden neutral. Again, this is a really nice foundation. I actually really enjoy it a lot, but I can only use it in the summertime. And my skin hasn't been really oily, hardly at all, so I've been avoiding mattifying products. So I think this one will work for her better than it does for me. By Belief Beauty, this is another one that I just absolutely love. This is in the shade Neutral Tan, which was a little bit darker for me. My friend Valerie was able to send me one that was a little lighter. So I'm keeping the lighter one, and I'm going to go ahead and send her this one. This is a fantastic foundation. I think she would really enjoy this guy. For concealers, I have 3 over here, 2 that are really dark for me, and this one is just, I don't really need the coverage, that like this type of coverage, and it's very drying. So she's a little oily, like I said, so I think this one, she could definitely use it. I don't know, I hope the shade is not too light, so we'll see. I hope she enjoys that one. That's the Tarte Shape Tape, the original. The other 2, I have the Jouer High Coverage, Essential High Coverage Concealer. This is in the shade Creme Brulee. It's too dark for me. Creme Brulee is for like medium skin tone. It's just way too dark for me. It's a great concealer, but it's too dark. So I'm going to go ahead and send her that one. And then this guy, again, this is a beautiful, beautiful concealer. Born This Way by Too Faced. It's just too dark for me. Yes, I can keep it and use it as a foundation in the summertime, but I don't need to. I have way too many foundations, and if she can use it and really enjoy it, why not? So I'm sending her this guy. For powders, I tried to think about my darkest, more like darker powders that I have in my collection. I'm sending her only 2 because I really, I kind of like don't keep the powders that don't work for me. I declutter them pretty often, and I don't buy... I buy loose powders that are appropriate for me, basically. By Flower Beauty, Light Illusion. This is a really good powder, but again, I think I've said this guy like 100 times. I wish I purchased the lighter shade, the L1, instead of L2, L3. It's too dark, so, but it's a great powder. And this one, I'm finally separating with it. I love this powder, the Maybelline Superstay, but it has salicylic acid, salicylic, I think that's how you say it, which is meant for acne prone skin, which she is. So I'm sharing the love, you know, giving it to her. I love this guy. Yeah, I've been holding on to it for far too long. Okay, so these are the base products. Let's go ahead and talk about like I'm gonna share with you bronzers and blush and all that. I'm sending her a cream bronzer. This is the Milk Makeup Cream Bronzer. This is the matte bronzer. Matte. I do really like this one, but I think she could use it a little bit more than me. I like the more dewy bronzers, like the ones by Nude Sticks. I do really enjoy them a lot. Or what else am I thinking about? The one by Makeup by Mario, I think it suits me a little bit better. I hope she can use this guy, and this would last her a lifetime. So I'm sending her this guy. More bronzers. I'm gonna go ahead and set her this Too Faced Beach Bunny, like custom blend bronzer. This is too dark for me. I've held on to it because it's so pretty, and it's like I could use it in the summer, but if she can use it all year round, why not? So I'm gonna go ahead and send her this guy. I'm also gonna send her this one by Ofra. This is in the shade Bronzed Americano. This is, again, too dark for me. I think she could definitely benefit from this guy, and it's a beautiful bronzer. It's got a little bit of like a glowiness to it, so there's that one. I do have a bronzer duo. This is by e.l.f. These are the bite-size like duos. This is in the shade Coconut. This is just too dark for me. The bronzer is too dark for me, and the highlight is too dark for me. So this is more appropriate for a little bit deeper skin tone. It might be even too deep for her, but we'll see. Maybe she can use it. If not, she can just get rid of it. For contouring, I'm gonna go ahead and send her this guy by LA Girl. This is the Pro Contour Powder. These are both beautiful. This one for under the eye, I think she would just really, really enjoy this one with her skin tone. The same with the contour shade. I think it's a little bit deep for me, but I think it will work pretty well for her. Okay, there's that. Now it's like the problem is like, how am I gonna package all of this so it doesn't get damaged? Let's talk about like a face palette that I'm gonna send her. Face palettes are an addiction of mine. It was really hard for me to choose one face palette to get rid of or to send it to her. So this is the one that won. The reason being is this quad over here. I think she could definitely use it a little bit more than me. Those two blushes and this highlighter, for sure. Those two would really work on her skin tone, but these three over here, I think will look really, really pretty on her skin tone. And she could use it more than I can. I have too much. She can enjoy some new products. I am gonna go ahead and talk about blushes next. I do have this one from Hello Kitty, collab with ColourPop. This is in the shade Island Shine. This was on my potential declutter list. It was on the chopping block when I filmed my blush collection and declutter video. I did use it once and it was just, it's not for me. It looks a little bit pink here, but it leans kind of lilac or like purplish a little bit. It's definitely a cooler undertone blush. I think maybe she will like it, maybe not. If she doesn't, she can just toss it. So there's this one. The other two blushes that I'm gonna go ahead and send her, I'm gonna send her this Believe blush. I love these. I mean, I've raved about these products from Believe a lot, but this is again a deeper duo for me. It's too deep, and you know, I can pass it on. Somebody else can use it a little bit more than I can. I have this one blush by Kiko Milano. This is a Holiday Fable Longwear Hydra Blush. I had purchased this one from Ulta around the holidays. I really enjoyed it. So I did order another one. I think I ordered it because I had a coupon or something. So this is the brand new one, and I have one left in my collection. Let me show you the one I have, so I don't have to open this guy. Here it is. This is a really beautiful blush for medium skin tone. She would really enjoy this one. So I'm keeping the one that's open and I'm sending her the brand new one. Okay. Okay, I have one more quad. This also might be too dark for her, but this is by ColourPop. This is such a rush quad. I think the highlighter in here would look really, really pretty on her skin tone. Let me show it to you real quick. So there's the highlighter. There's like two bronzer or three bronzers. I'm not really sure exactly what they're supposed to be, but yeah, I'm sending her these. Bronzer, blush. These are too deep to be blushes. Maybe she can use them as bronzers. Okay, now let's talk about highlighters. I could only find two, but I think there's highlighters in here that she could use. I was brutal with my highlighter declutter. I got rid of everything that wouldn't work for me, but these two are a little bit deeper on me, and I think they're still stunning, but I think they would be better for, again, for her skin tone. This is by Koki or Kiko? Koki. And this is the Soft Glow highlighter in the shade Heavenly. I did receive this in an Ipsy bag. I didn't purchase it myself. That's why it's a little bit deeper. But it's a really, really pretty highlighter. And the other one is by Laura Geller. I just love this one. But again, I can only use it in the summertime. This is in the shade Ballerina. You can tell how much I love it. Like, I have a nice dip in here. So there's this highlighter. For brow products and like eye products and all that, I have a couple. I have two eyeliners. One is by Clinique. This is the quick liner for eyes, and the shade is black. It's brand new. I'm gonna send her this one, and then I'm gonna go ahead and send her this guy. I don't know if she will use it, but this is by Rimmel. This is the Exaggerate eyeliner in the shade Nude. I don't really reach for these quite often, like to put in my waterline. I prefer black or brown in my waterline, so I'm gonna go ahead and send her that one. For brows, I did pull in two brow gels or mascaras. This is by CoverGirl and this is by Essence. I have some brow products that I do really like myself, and these This one hasn't been used. This I have used it like once or twice. I know that I'm not gonna need them. I'm not gonna use them, so I would rather send them to her. And more brow products are these brow powders. She loves brow powders. I know that from years and years ago. This is by Bodyography. There's like 3 shades in here. This one I've tried. I've used before. It's actually a decent product, but I don't use these things, and she does. So here's this one for her. And this one is by Tonya Crook, the Brow Gal. These can be wet or dry, convertible ones. Convertible brow product. I haven't even used this guy. Like, I've never used it, and I've had it for some time. So it's like, okay, it's time for it to go. You can use them wet or dry, so she can make her own shade, or, you know, whatever formula, however she wants to use it. I do have one cream eyeshadow thing. I know she doesn't really use much eyeshadow. She likes eyeliner and like just one shade all over the lid, and I think this one would be a good one. This is by CoverGirl Lid Paint. So here's that one. For mascaras, since she has oily skin, oily eyelids, I think these 2 would be really good. I know I'm not really interested in them. These both, I believe, are tubing mascaras. One is by Blink and one is by Glossier. I don't like tubing mascaras. I like super volumizing mascaras. I don't mind a little bit of like runny formula. I don't get any transfer or anything like that, where she does. So these would be appropriate for her. And I'm gonna go ahead and send her these 2 that I just don't really need. One is by Clinique. This is a mini, and this one is by Maybelline. This is the Sky High. I do have a full size of this one, so I'm like, okay, I can just go ahead and send her the mini. So there's these 2 mascaras. For setting sprays, I'm sending her 2. One is by Rimmel. This is the Stay Matte Fix and Go. I love this thing, but again, it's mattifying. She could use it a little bit more than I can. And then this one by Gerard Cosmetics. This is the Slay All Day. This is a really good setting spray, like really good. I think she would really enjoy it. I personally do not like mint chocolate chip. I don't know why I bought it. And it's like, it's still quite a bit of product in here. I'm like trying to angle it where you can see there's a lot of product in here. Like when it's standing up, it's down to here only, so like to here, quarter of the bottle used, so it will last quite some time. And yeah, I think she would really enjoy that one. So this is all the makeup that I'm gonna go ahead and pass on to her. Let's go ahead and talk about brushes, and we'll talk about skincare. Okay, for brushes, I'm gonna start with these 2. This is by AOA Studio. This is a foundation brush. I think I used it one time and I washed it. I did not like it. I do have some foundation brushes that I really enjoy a little bit more, and I typically like a sponge. So I mean, again, with anything that I'm sending, if whether it's her or anybody else, if they don't like it, they don't have, I'm not going to be offended if they get rid of it. By Real Techniques, this is a stippling brush. This is actually a pretty nice one. Maybe she'll be able to use it with the bronzer stick, like the cream bronzer. And now I have a couple more brushes that I do want to send her, but I need to clean them first. But I will go ahead and share them with you. For powder brushes, I have a couple actually. This one by BH Cosmetics. This is a really nice powder brush, but I did get the Refer like full face set for Christmas from my husband, and I'm you know, I don't need all of the other brushes, so I'm sending her this one. It definitely needs cleaning. All of these, like, I've used them and I really like them. So the other one is also by BH Cosmetics, another powder brush, but this is a little bit more fluffy than the other one. It's a little bit different shape, where it's like, you know, this will pick up a lot of product. This one will not pick up as much, but I'm sending her this one. Another like powder, I used to use this one either for powder or bronzer. This is by Moda Pro. This is a really good one for bronzer, like it just fits right in the spot, or it's really good for powder as well, for packing on powder. So I'm gonna send her this one as well. I have this more powder brushes. This one is also by Moda. This is a smaller version of this big one from BH Cosmetics. Very similar shape, just smaller. So this would be like for more like targeted areas, or if she needs to just really pack on the powder. Because again, she's oily, or for touch-ups. This is pretty good for touch-ups if she's going to use a powder just to touch up the center of her face throughout the day. This one would be really good. I do have a couple brushes for blush. This one is by AOA Studio. Really good blush brush. Blush brush. Really enjoyed this one, but I don't need it. This one is this the same AOA Studio as well? Yeah. Oh yeah, when I placed another order from AO Studio, I ordered the same brush because I liked it so much. This one is definitely a lot more used. This is kind of brand new. I think I used it once or twice, but I'm sending both to her. And then this one is a little bit of an angled brush. She could use it for contouring, or she could use it for blush. This is by BH Cosmetics. I do have for under the eye setting powder brush. This is my e.l.f. trusted small tapered brush. Again, I have some new brushes that I'm using, and I'm just getting rid of all my old favorites. I didn't keep brushes that I did not like. This one is a blush brush. It's also by e.l.f. This is really good for really intense blush shades. So you can just like exactly place it where you need it. It's got like that tapered shape a little bit, but then it's wide this way. So, you know, can easily put it in just strategic locations. Got a couple more brushes. This one is really nice for loose highlighters, or like I really used to enjoy it as well for blush, like liquid blushes. I didn't send her in liquid blushes, but I don't know if she could use this brush or not. She has the option to use it or get rid of it. And then lastly, I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, I have two more. I have this one by ColourPop. This is a foundation brush. I never use foundation brushes like this, so I'm gonna send her this one. And this one is super fluffy. This would be a really nice diffusing brush, but I only use it a handful of times for finishing powder. It wasn't what I was looking for, but yeah, I don't know. This is not my favorite, but I don't know if she'll use it or not. This is by Moda as well. Okay, so here are all of the brushes. Again, I will be cleaning them all, sanitizing them, washing them, and make sure they're all clean before I send them to her. So I'm not gonna send her dirty brushes, but here they all are. Now let me go ahead and talk about the skincare that I'm gonna send her. Here's the cup. I'm gonna keep them in here so I can remember to clean them. Okay, for skincare, I'm gonna be sending her this duo by Origins. This is the original skin renewal serum with willow herb, and the original, like the moisturizer, but this is a matte moisturizer. Again, she could definitely use these with her oily skin. Again, since she is acne prone, I'm gonna go ahead and send her those two. These are by Formula 10, what's the brand? 10.0.6. So totally clean, deep pore cleanser with salicylic acid acne treatment. I will not need these. I don't have acne prone skin at all. I don't use extra acid if I don't need it. I like AHAs or BHAs, but something like this, I don't personally need in my routine. The same with this one. This is by Clean Skin. This is the Clean Slate Clearing Mist. Again, salicylic acid, rose extract, eucalyptus oil. I think I got this in a BoxyCharm or something. This is not something I would use ever, so it's gonna go to her. I do have a couple dry shampoos. I have so much dry shampoo somehow. A lot of them are samples, and I hardly ever use dry shampoo, only when I straighten my hair. And she's got straight hair naturally. Again, really oily scalp, really oily hair. So she was like, please, any dry shampoo you can pass on. So 2 by Redken, these are the deep clean dry shampoos, and 2 by IGK, these are the first class charcoal detox dry shampoo. Both of these I think she would really love. And this is it. This is my care package to my friend. When I decluttered my lippies from my lip collection video, the products that I can clean, kind of like a lip crayon or bullet lipsticks, stuff like that, like I can sanitize before sending her, I will send her those. I'm not talking about them today because this is just new stuff that I'm decluttering. I have older decluttered products that I will be sending her, but I didn't want to be repetitive, talk about them on my channel again. So these are new that are being decluttered from my collection. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. I hope you all have a wonderful or had a wonderful Valentine's, Galentine's, lonely lines, lonely Valentine's, lonely lines. We'll just call it Lonely Lines self-love month. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on my next video. Bye.